Hello everyone, welcome back to the SOC Analyst L1 30 days live training series. Today is day 30 and we are covering one of the most important tool in SOC, in red teaming, in cybersecurity particularly, which is WireShark. So WireShark is essentially like the Microsoft of the network world. Your SIM shows logs, your EDR shows system behavior, but WireShark basically shows the raw network packets, exactly like how they will travel across the network. So in today's session, we are not doing the deep practical analysis that is planned for tomorrow, but we will build a strong foundation concept. So we will learn about everything about Wireshark, how you can install it, why it is important, the UI of the tool, some important functionalities. So particularly you will learn what is Wireshark, why SOC analysts use it, how the packets work, the OSI and TCP/IP basics, the protocol fundamentals, the packet structures, filters, attack indicators, use cases, right? And how particularly Wireshark basically fits in the incident response. So that is everything will be covered today. So those who are watching live, welcome everyone. So let's do a quick recap of first. So you can access this series while going to the playlist. So in that playlist you have 30 sessions, or there are some more sessions I'm adding to that, uh, because the response is very good. So I'm adding 5 more sessions in this series, so it will be not 30 days series, it will be 35 days series. So we will be I will be particularly adding some Wireshark practical and some other stuff. So 4 more sessions you can find it. Also, in every video description you will find out a session tracker link. In the session tracker you can basically track your learning. So every session related to the series will be placed here with the link, with the drive link, right, and the topic. So you can basically go through with the session tracker and learn while tracking all the sessions. In this session tracker you will find out a resource link, and when you click on that you will lead to a drive link. In the drive link there are notes, session slides are available. So all the session slides will be, you can access it. And in the notes section there are multiple notes related to SOC, related to Splunk, related to some like some reports, Wireshark, phishing email, Python, or some interview questions, Linux basics, GRC fundamentals, and many more. So this is a goldmine resources drive, you can access it. Also, I'm also running a member only series for the VAPT, or the penetration testers, or RAD teamers. So these sessions are only available for members. So if you are interested in the offensive part of cybersecurity, so uh, you can join the channel and become a member, and then you can access it. So there are some sessions already uploaded, some are scheduled, so you can access this particular premium content. The question I'm receiving is like how particularly to join the channel. So when you visit the channel you will find out a joining link. Okay, so when you click on that, it will be redirected to the page and you can join it. Okay, so without further delay, let's start today's session, which is the Wireshark. Okay, so the how Wireshark basically works. So let me check out the comment section first. So hello Charan, hello Monica, hello Arshad. So I welcome you all. So let's start today's session. Okay, so first, my name is Sumit Jain, and I'm a penetration tester and ethical hacker. And I'm hosting this series so you can learn, practice, and then get hired. So this is little bit about me. So I have experience of 11 plus years in ethical hacking, VAPT, or uh, red team operations, conducted workshops, trainings, and internships for multiple students and professionals across India. And you can check out my other profiles as well. So let's cut to the Wireshark. Like, what is actually Wireshark is, how the packet flow, how protocol works, and how SOC team particularly using these packet captures during investigations. So you might heard about the tool in your SOC journey, like what is actually Wireshark. So first, let me tell you how you can basically access the tool. So the Wireshark is particularly available for all the operating system. If you are using Windows, if you are using Linux, or if you are using the Mac OS, so you can install the Wireshark in any particularly operating system. For that, you need to visit the official application of the Wireshark, and then this is the official application of Wireshark, and then you need to click on download and then go to the source code. So when you go to the source code, it will be redirected to the download section, and from here you can download the tool according to the operating system you are using. Okay, so it is available for all the operating systems, and in Linux it is already installed. If you are using the Kali Linux, then it is already installed. So the package is basically available for Windows 64, Windows X architecture, Windows ARM based architecture, Mac, Ubuntu, and you have the source code as well. Okay, so all the things are accessible. Let me also show you the Kali Linux one. So in the Kali Linux, basically it is pre-installed. So if you go to the Kali Linux and type Wireshark and hit enter, so it will be appear. So it is a GUI tool, graphical tool, and that is the interface of that tool. Okay, so it is available on both of the Linux, MacBook, or Windows platform. So whatever you are using, you can use that. Now let's understand the Wireshark. Okay, so very first thing you have in your mind, like what actually Wireshark is. What is the meaning of Wireshark and why we are using it? So suppose if you read about the network, how network basically works, how your data will be flowing from your network. So the packets are used. Basically the packets are the smallest unit of your data, and the packets are traveling that contain your data, and they are particularly using some protocol. So when you are transferring some data, you are using protocol. So Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer. If you want to see like, if you want to see like how many packet are basically flowing from your network, what type of protocol is being used, so you can use the Wireshark. So Wireshark basically capture every single packet that is flowing from your network. So it is a network protocol analyzer. That means it captures, analyze all the network packets in real time, or you can basically analyze from saved file as well. If you are using saved files, so particularly you can use that. So Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer used to capture and inspect proto packets in real time. So the key functionalities or capabilities of that tool is you can use the raw network traffic without any modification. It can decode 1000 plus protocols. You can inspect headers and payloads. You can also use Wireshark for analyzing the suspicious traffic. and you can also troubleshoot. So basically network engineers are also using WireShark for troubleshooting purpose. So think like WireShark as a microscope for network packets. It basically shows you what's happening inside your network at the lowest level. Now we are not talking about the ethical hacking use of WireShark. We are not talking about how the red teamers are using WireShark, or we are not talking about how penetration testers are using WireShark. Okay, because we are learning SOC analyst, so particularly why or how this tool is important for SOC analyst. So in SOC, you can use the WireShark for investigate some suspicious network connections. You can analyze the malware C2 traffic. You can inspect all the DNS queries. You can also identify the data exfiltration. Okay, and you can review your port scanning and reconnaissance footprinting information collection activity, and you can also troubleshoot some common issues. Okay, so you can understand some protocol behavior. So your SIM tool basically shows logs, but Wireshark shows the traffic that basically created those logs. So when you receive logs or when the logs are created, so how the logs are created using the traffic, and Wireshark basically particularly shows all the traffic that is flowing from your network. Now first, we need to understand some basics about the Wireshark. So before I begin, you need to learn about like what is packet, because Wireshark is capturing the packet and then you are analyzing it. So what is packet capture or what is packet? So in in network, packet is basically the smallest unit of your data, right? So your smallest unit of data, and pcap pcap means packet capture file. So when you capture the packet in the Wireshark and wants to save it in a file, so a pcap file will be created. In that file you can save the captured traffic, or if you have if pcap file already with you, then you can import it in the Wireshark and can analyze it. So every particular communication breaks into thousands of packets. These packets contains headers, metadata, or some payload. Every login, download, email, API call, it is just packets that are moving from source to the destination. So whenever you are talking about that, you are particularly, or whenever you are doing something in your network, that means you are particularly going with the, or you are generating some packets. So now let me show you some basic things about the Wireshark before we begin. So this is the Wireshark tool. This is the interface, and in this interface you need to learn about everything, right? So see, here are the option of to start the packet capture. So once I started, uh, the capturing will be started. Then there is an option to stop the capturing. Then this is the restart button. But like suppose you are using different types of connectivity in your network, like you are connected with Wi-Fi, or you are connected with cable, you are using Bluetooth. So whatever interface you have in your network, it will be displayed here. Like right now you are seeing, like in my system, a Wi-Fi will be there, right? And if you click on that, so there are option of wired. So if you only want to see the wired interfaces, you can click on the wired. So I do not have these all are the wired interfaces, but these are hidden because no packet traffic is flowing from. Then if I want to see some external capture, some additional devices you are attached in your network, so basically you need to select the particular interface that you want to capture the traffic. Okay, and then here is an option called capture and using this filter. So there are two types of filter you are seeing here, which is enter a capture filter. So that means when you are capturing the packets, so if you applied a captured filter, so suppose you only want to capture the HTTP packets, or you only want to capture the SSH packets, so you can apply a filter here, and then only the particular or selected protocol packets will be captured. All the other traffic will not be captured in the Wireshark. But if you do not want to set the capture filter, so all the traffic will be created, all the DNS traffic, all the SSH, all the HTTP, TCP, UDP, all the traffic will be captured. Then you want to filter it, like suppose you have 10,000 packets, and then you want to filter it, so then you need a display filter. So that means you have some data with you, and particularly want to filter something, so you can use the a display filter. So suppose if I show you here, so I particularly not granted the permission to use in my MacBook, so I will show you the tool in the Linux, but you can use the tool in any operating system. So let me switch to the Linux now, and let's see how particularly Wireshark works. So in the Linux system, you are seeing like my interface is ETH0, because I'm using the virtual machine. So the interface will be Ethernet. So in Ethernet, there are some packet flow. Okay. And when you click on that, suppose if I click on start, some packets will be captured here. Okay, some packet will be captured here. Now suppose if I go to the application, some of the application, and some packets are created, so you can see that like in Wireshark the traffic will be here. Whatever you are doing in your network, these all are the packets. Right now I have 70 packets just by visiting a single application. Suppose if I visit another application, so the packet count will be increased. Now right now you can see like 500, 600, 700. So these all are the packets. In this particular section, you are seeing like the serial number, the time, the source, like where the packet is originated, the destination, like where the packet is traveling, the protocol, the packet length, and the information, right? So in the section, you are particularly having everything that is the data particularly that your network or your protocol created. So you have that packet with you, and now you can analyze it, right? And if I want to save the file, suppose I want to save it, so first I need to stop the capture. So I stopped it using clicking on that button, and now I can save it. So suppose if I save it, then a pcap file will be created. Okay, so see pcap, PCAPNG. I can name it whatever I want and then can save it. Suppose if you have a file with you, then you can simply click on here and open. Click on open and then select the file whatever you have, and already captured packet file will be opened. So you do not have to start the tool. You can directly analyze it. So that's why the importance of Wireshark is very important in SOC. So you have to learn the every functionality of that tool. So if I suppose if I just give you an example, so when like I clicked on the application test PHP of the web.com. Okay, so when I click on that application, or when I open the Google, so see from here the packet number 71. So when I open the google.com in the browser, a DNS query will be created from my system or from my IP address. Like this is my IP address 159.212. Then the destination will be my address 159.2, my broadcast address, network address basically. So a DNS query will be created, and it is a standard query that is asking the a record for the Google, because we are provide the domain name, so it needs to find the IP of the domain. So a record will be asked. Then in the second packet, double a record will be asked. Then you are receiving the response from the address, like this is the IP you are seeing here. Like see the packet number 73, the IP is 172.217.26.4, this one, right? And then because you also asked the AA, so that query also be returned. Then a TCP connection is created from my system to the Google IP. Now you can see the source and destination IP, which is 192.168.159.212 and then 172.217.26.4. So a TCP packet will be created. And in TCP communication, if you are familiar with the three-way handshake, so a SYN packet will be created. You can see here SYN packet. And then in the response from SYN, the Google server basically giving us the SYN and acknowledge packet. And then in the third step, a acknowledge packet from my side will be created. So this is the three-way handshake, TCP, 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 three-way handshake. First SYN packet, then SYN acknowledge, and then ACK. After that, my system is saying the hello, sending the hello packet, or a connection is established. So all the data will be now transferred, and particularly your web page will be open. So WireShark is quite essential for us in our SOC journey. So we will be doing the practical things in next session, but we are learning about WireShark today, like particularly what WireShark is, the core functionalities, everything about the WireShark. Now, so that's how the packet capture works. Now, how Wireshark basically work? So Wireshark basically packet captures some packets via OS network interface. You can use uses the library PCAP or WinPCAP library, decode protocols using disk sectors, organize packets into layers, displays them in a structured format. That's how you basically seen a few minutes ago. Okay, so Wireshark basically keep one thing in mind. Wireshark doesn't create traffic. It only listens. So whatever traffic, whatever packets are flowing on your network, it basically listens and capture them. So it's a passive analyzer. Now we need to understand the OSI. So hopefully you are quite familiar with the OSI model, right? OSI model or TCP IP model. So these OSI is the basically conceptual model when you are about to understand or when you are about to learn the network or how basically internet works. So TCP IP model is the actual version of that OSI model. Okay. I got one comment from Charan, like create a most important tool. So that's why, Charan, I'm launched a new series that is going to schedule today from 8:45. In that series, we are talking about every tool that are particularly useful in blue teaming. So the name of the series is Blue Team Toolkit. So that particular series will help you regarding your query. Okay, so now the understanding the OSI model. So we already talked about it in our networking session. So you need to see like the session number 5 or 6, I think. So OSI, open system interconnection layers, basically Wireshark helps to observe. In layer 2, it is traveling with MAC or ARP addresses. In layer 3, it is traveling with IP addresses. In layer 4, that is known as transportation layer, so TCP or UDP packets will be captured. And in layer 5 to 7, it is the all the application protocols, commonly like HTTP, DNS or SSL. So to read the packet or to extract the information, you must know where each piece of information lies in the OSI. Okay, so you need to understand the OSI. because the packet analysis requires the understanding of OSI and TCP/IP model. So you can particularly, if you understand these all these layers in OSI, there are 7 layers. In TCP/IP, there are 4 layers. So if you understand these layers, that makes you to like Wireshark interception will be much easier for you. Okay, so go check out the networking session, and if then also if you have some queries, questions, so check the networking notes that are uploaded on the drive. So in those notes you will find a lots of information regarding the OSI model. Now if I talk about the Wireshark interface, like what type of interface we have in the Wireshark. So I already showed you like how the Wireshark looks like, but in Wireshark there are some major component, like 3 major component when you capture a packet, which is packet list pane, packet details pane, and packets byte pane. So let me show you the pane first. So these all are the panes. So this is known as packet list pane, where all the packets will be listed. And when you select a packet, so suppose if you select the packet number 71, so in the left side you have the packet details. So all the details of these packet, this particular packet will be displayed. You can see here frame, ethernet, internet protocol, these data according to the layer. Okay, this is the transport layer, layer 2, layer 3, layer 2, layer 3, right? And layer 1, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and then the layer 5. According to the layer, the data will be structured. So this particular pane is known as packet detail pane. And if you want to see the packet bytes, so this is the right hand side pane, this is the packet byte pane. So in particularly Wireshark, these all are the important component. When you are about to use Wireshark, you have to use all these pane. So there is one more thing. When you open the Wireshark, sometimes all 3 panes are not displayed. So you have to go to the view section and click on the all these 3: packet list, packet details, or packet bytes. So suppose if this is unchecked, so you are only seeing 2 pane: packet list or packet detail. The packet byte will be not available, so you have to check it. Okay, now there are some more things that you need to understand in a Wireshark, which is filter toolbar, the statistics menu, or capture interface window. That is I already showed you, like this is the display filter. So suppose if I give an example, so suppose if I want to filter some only TCP ports on port number 80. Okay, so I can create a query like here, like this, and suppose I want to capture or I want to see only TCP packets. So right now you are this a display filter will be applied, and you are seeing all the TCP protocols. Okay, all the TCP communication on port number 80. Suppose you want to see the traffic for port number 443, then this is the traffic for port number 443. Okay, so this is the display filter, and that is also very important in Wireshark. There are more than 100 queries that is important. So when you type something here, the query will be displayed, like some information will be displayed. So suppose I want to filter with UDP. So when you type UDP, then UDP dot port or what, these all are the scenarios you can use with that particular protocol. There are, suppose you want to filter with the IP, then the IP options. If you want to filter with the MAC, then MAC options. If you want to filter with the source IP, then the source IP option. So there are multiple display filter we have. If you want to apply the filter, then you have to type it and click on this arrow. The filter will be applied. And if you want to clear your display filter, then clear this. So all the filtered you applied will be cleared. Okay. And the statistics menu, so this menu is also important. You will get all the graphs, all the traffic in a more uh, hierarchy way, I can say. Like when you click on the conversation, suppose, so you can clearly see like how the conversations are happened in that, in all the packets I captured right now. There is particular packet for Ethernet. The IPv4 packets are 13. The IPv6 packets are none. The TCP packets are 15. The UDP packets are 18. So particularly you will get everything here with more accurately. And then the capture interface window. So that is when you start WireShark. So you can apply the capture filter over there. Okay, there are some options here like the start, stop, restart, the capture options which you can apply here. uh, this particular option is used to open a captured file. If you have a file with you, then you can use that particular file directly and analyze the packets. This particular option is used to save the file. This is used to close the file. This is used to reload. Then want to search something, suppose I want to search something like packet number 71, so I can apply here. So, okay, this is the display filter, so you have to apply here. But whatever particularly thing you can, there are multiple options. Then go to previous packet, go to next packet. So there are specific packets. Suppose you want to go to packet number 71, so this is the option. So already you will be switched to packet number 71. Then there are coloring rules. Automatically scroll during the live capture, the coloring rules. So if you select it, the colors will disappear, but if you select it, the colors will appear again. And what is the meaning of the colors? So you can go to the coloring rules and you can see like what actually all the color means. So if you are seeing a red color, that means it is a bad TCP packet. Okay, so there are multiple colors are designed. If you want to add a color, particularly a query according to you, then you can click on plus and a new particular coloring rule will be added. Okay, there are options to analyze, to capture, to go, these like in the main menu bar. In the main menu bar there are all the options available in the main menu bar, right? View things like how you want to view, main toolbar, filter toolbar, status bar, full screen, zoom, expand, collapse. But some of the important options are used in the main toolbar and it is displayed here. Okay, so particularly some options, some important options are picked from the main toolbar and it is displayed here, but all the options are available here also. So edit option, the file option, if you want to save it, export it, close it, save as, open, merge, right, quit. So there are options available. Then in the telephony, for device based communication, wireless communication, some other tools, firewall rules or MAC address blocks or Lua console or credential. So Wireshark basically provides a Wireshark is particularly a complete framework for you. So you need to understand each and everything. So I'm getting some comments. So let's take some comment. So service now. Can you update the SIM tool videos? I'm interested in paid videos. Yeah, so I'm creating those or recording those videos. So they will be available in shortly. I'm right now in the recording phase. Okay. The next comment I got is L3. So when the L1 completes, we will moving with the L2 and then L3. Okay, so let's now go with the slide. So like the difference between captured filters or display filters, I already told you. Like the capture filters is basically decide what to capture, thus display filters is basically decide what to show. So if you particularly want to capture something specific, you can use or apply some capture filter, or if you have all the traffic with you and want to filter something specific, then you can apply a display filter. So think like capture filter is like camera lenses, or display filter is like Instagram filters, like how you basically present the packets, how you want to present your packet data. Then the packet structure, so I already told you about this. Like the particular packet has three major parts: ethernet header in L2 layer, which contains the MAC addresses, destination MAC addresses, source or destination MAC. The layer 3 IP header, which is contains the source IP, destination IP, TTL, time to live, and protocol. And then the layer 4 to layer 7, that depends on your particular packet. Sometimes you will only have layer 4 data, sometimes you will have layer 5 or layer 6 or layer 7 data. Okay, so these particular packet contain all these information in layers. So you already know about it. I already showed you like how the packets will be monitored. Now every particular part in your packet, like every layer, tells you a story, like who sent it, where it is going, or what it is containing, what type of data available, what type of TCP flag it is, ports, payloads, everything. Source IP, destination IP, MAC addresses, protocol, everything. So you need to understand the packet structure, and then you can then only you can analyze the packets. Okay, so let me one more time show you the packet structure. So suppose now I'm picking a TCP packet, packet number 75, and this is picked. Now you can see in the packet details. So in packet details, if you see here the layer 2, so you are seeing the source address, which is VMware, and then the destination address, which is also VMware. Now source address VMware, right? And then if you use this, so this is the IP protocol version 4, so source IP, destination IP, see here. Now the version 4, the header length, total length, time to live is 64, protocol is TCP. So every little information that your packet basically containing, you have with you. Now the layer 4, which is transportation layer, so it is a TCP protocol, so source port number, the destination port number, and all the other information related to that. Then the flag information, like SYN flag is used, checksum values, and other information, timestamp is also there. So every little details about your packet will be available or displayed in the Wireshark. Because when you generate some traffic, when you receive some traffic, so packet will be created, and every packet contains some data, or basically traffic is, we cannot imagine the internet without those packet, because for internet or for network, packets are necessary, because they are containing or they are carrying your data. Now let's talk about the some protocols you need to know in your SOC, for your SOC L1. So ARP, address resolution protocol, which converts the IP to MAC. The DNS provides a domain name to the IP. HTTP and HTTPS, that is useful for web applications. TCP, UDP, transmission control protocol, or user datagram protocol. So these particular protocols are the carrying 90% of the traffic that you will analyze in an L1. If you are if you are L2 or L3, then you might you need to know some more protocols. But if in commonly for L1, these protocols are sufficient. 90% of the traffic you are observing with the help of those protocols. If we talk about the TCP handshakes, so in TCP three-way handshakes, this is the scenario I already displayed when we check the Google handshake. So first SYN packet will be created, then SYN plus ACK packet will be created, and then the ACK packet will be created. If we talk about all the flags we have, so in TCP there are 6 communication flags which will be synchronize, acknowledge, finish, reset, push, or urgent. Okay, so in those 6, these are top 5 that you need to understand or read more about. How these particular flags are relevant in SOC, because if you are seeing multiple SYN packets, that means someone is launching or attacking, or DOS. A DOS attack will be created. If you are receiving the reset packet, then RST injections, or via observing the TCP packets or these TCP flag, you can suspicious some open connections as well. So if you understand those TCP flags, that also help you to detect some brute force activity, port scans, or C2 callbacks. Now, identifying, suppose if you are identifying some suspicious traffic, so particularly what you need to observe in the Wireshark packet, captured packet, high number of DNS requests, like in my traffic from Wireshark, you are seeing some DNS traffic. These are the DNS packets. So let's filter it. Okay, so if I filter the DNS packet, so I have around 20 packets, or you can say like 20 to 25 packets I have. But if you are seeing a lots of or high number of DNS requests, so that might be a alert like you are or someone is trying to contact. So these are the suspicious indications. Now, any or unknown external IP connections, like some connections are made but the IPs are not known. So when the IPs are displayed, suppose let me remove the filter. Now this, suppose this IP was there, like my packet is traveling from the source to destination from this, for this IP 172.217.26.4. So then you can copy the IP and check the IOCs, indicator of compromise, right? So use that IP on the virus total or abuse IP DB application, and if the IP is flagged as suspicious, so that is also a indication. Then some repeated synchronized packets. So let's filter the TCP synchronize. So if you see like TCP syn, so TCP synchronized packet, you need to filter it out, right? So if you see it like here, TCP syn, but there are not many packet I have in my traffic. But if you are observing multiple repeated synchronized packet, so that means someone is trying to scan the port, so syn flooding will be created. Now you can also analyze the HTTP requests, some TLS handshake failures, right? Large outbound data transfers, or some patterns. So that's how you can particularly use everything, or how you find some suspicious traffic in the Wireshark or in the Wireshark packets. So without tools, like if you do not have your SIM tools with you, or any other other tools you are using in your SOC, they are not with you. But without tools also, you can detect some attacks in the, by analyzing the packet sequences, or by analyzing all the captured packets. How Wireshark is useful for in SOC investigation? So particularly Wireshark is used in phishing investigations, malware C2 detections, data exfiltrations, suspicious PowerShell download detections, validating some IDS or IPS alerts, VPN traffic inspection, or detecting the brute force or scanning attempts. So we can use the Wireshark in multiple things in SOC, detecting multiple suspicious attacks with the help of Wireshark. So if you are using the Wireshark and if you have SIM logs with you, then you can complete in your investigation. That's how a proper or a experienced SOC operate. So you need to learn about Wireshark, you need to learn about the SIM, and when you combine both of them, you can investigate any particular attack, any particular alert. Now if you want to, like, if we understand the pcap file, like the file that contain all the wireshark packets, stored data, of course, if you save it, then this particular pcap file contains the timestamp, source or destination ip, port numbers, protocol details, payload. So the size can be few mb to gb, that depends on the packets, of course. Suppose right now in my traffic I'm only visiting the application, so that's why a little amount of traffic will be created. But if you run the Wireshark in an actual network, so there are lots of packets, like thousands packets you have to monitor. Then you need to learn about the display filter, because suppose you have a 10 lakh packets with you, then how you can particularly find out specific packets? So display filter then plays a crucial role. So the uh, file size will be dependent how much packets you have. So many investigations are starts with a single file. Like sometimes when you giving interview for soc, then the interviewer gives you a particular wireshark file, a pcap file, and then ask you to analyze it and find some suspicious activity. So that's how learning wireshark is important. What should you not do with the wireshark? So there are some complications, so you have to keep something in your mind, like don't capture packets on production servers, because these contain some important data. Don't run wireshark with admin rights unnecessarily. Don't capture traffic without approval, and don't share pcaps, because in pcap file there are some packets, and in packets there are some data. Okay, so these things you can or you should not do with the Wireshark. So because in packets there are often contain some passwords, session tokens, personal data, so you have to treat them securely. Now the Wireshark statistics or visual tools. So I already show you how you can see the visuals of Wireshark, like the protocol hierarchy, endpoints, conversations, IO graphs, or flow graphs. These particular visuals will help you to understand quickly the Wireshark. So like who talked to whom and what volume of traffic was exchanged. So these all are the visual tools. Okay, so let me again show you the visual tools. So here are the static tools, uh, IO graphs, endpoint, conversations, protocol hierarchy, right? If you click on protocol hierarchy, so you will have like the packet percentage, like the frame packet is 828, the v4 packet, the ethernet packet, right? And then also visually data will be created. So this particular data will also help you to understand the packets more quickly. There are some more tools like IO graphs, so a graph will be created. So that's the power of Wireshark. It contains multiple things. It contains, I can say, like everything that you need as an SOC, as an penetration tester, as an network penetration tester, or red teamer, or VAPT expert. Now the if you connect with the Wireshark with SOC workflow, so how the SIM teams particularly, or SOC teams are using it. So SIM alert triggered, suppose SIM alert will be triggered, so analyze particularly pulls related packet file, then analyst applies filter based on use cases on that particular pcap file, then check anomalies, update ticket with findings, and escalate to L2 or IR team, incident response team. So WireShark particularly doesn't replace the SIM or the need of SIM. It particularly improves the investigations, and that's why the WireShark is important. Okay, so hopefully you will get the idea about the tool. Okay, I think this particular slide is not displayed to you. Okay, so this is the workflow of Wireshark. Now, that's the information about Wireshark you need to know. And when we connect again tomorrow, so we will be talk about the practical scenario of Wireshark. Right, so I hope today's session is particularly helped you understand the packet level analysis from a SOC perspective, and tomorrow we will also conduct a full practical wireless deep dive session. So where I will load some sample pcap files, observe some attack patterns, use some filters, and perform some hands-on analysis. So if you found today's session useful, please like the stream, share with your cybersecurity friends in your network on LinkedIn, and subscribe to Zero Day Vault. Right? Check out the whole playlist. It will be helpful for you. And check out the member only videos also. Check out the resource drive. Check out the session tracker. So all the things will be much helpful. As usual, if you like the session, make sure you like it, uh, and hit the bell icon so you will not particularly get missed any of the new videos alert. And if you haven't subscribed it yet, make sure you give a subscribe. So thank you everyone for joining the stream. Hopefully you learned a lot, and we are having in a live stream after this. In that stream, in that series, we will particularly talk about the all the blue team toolkit. Okay, so you can check out, join that particular live stream also. uh, this will be I like this stream will be start in 8:45. So blue team toolkit, in blue team, every tool you need to learn or you need to know as an blue teamer, as an SOC analyst. So is today's session is particularly introductory session, and then from next sessions we are picking one tool, one day at a time, one tool every day, and talk about that, use that, and learn all the tools that we have as blue team toolkit. Okay, so make sure to join that stream also. With that note, I'm signing off this stream. So thank you for joining. I will see you in the next session, and for particularly the SOC series, I will see you tomorrow. So stay curious, stay secure, learn today, lead tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.